because it's against our religion or whatever, right? So they're letting them get away with it over there. The Muslims are more or less taking over here. Well, yeah, they're not angry. All the people there, they let them out. So they're out there protesting in the streets. They're shooting a lot of them over there and everything.
Crazy.
Like, they're just tired of it.
Do you think shooting innocent people is a bad thing?
Pardon?
Do you think shooting and murdering innocent people is a bad thing?
Shooting and
Depends.
murdering
It
innocent
depends.
people is a bad thing?
Depends.
It depends.
Yep.
How?
Because when
Well,
they came in
Innocent people, not people shooting other innocent people.
Not
Because then you're not
people.
innocent people.
No.
Then you're a person guilty of murder.
Well, if you're in war, innocent people's going to get killed, so it depends.
Okay, well, was 9/11 an act of war? Technically, yes, right?
Yeah, so we should have went over and nuked the whole place. But no, we have to be nice. And we don't.
No, because
we
they
don't
say
injure women.
they
and
say that
children.
we are civil.
Okay, that said, okay.
They say that
If
we are
this
civil.
if this happens to your child, okay, what are you going to do if that happens to your
What the
child?
hell happened?
No, if that happens to your
gonna-
child, you're gonna
gonna
fucking
kill
kill
somebody.
somebody, right? You're
Yeah.
gonna fucking kill a motherfucker.
Yeah.
So if we do this and it's unnecessary to do it, and you weren't a terrorist before that, do you think you might be a terrorist afterwards?
I mean, who
Yes.
On the person who did that to my child.
Okay, but we have a problem because we have people saying we should go over and nuke everyone, even if they aren't a terrorist.
Yeah.
Okay, and then suddenly you have people saying, "Well, you did this to my child, and we had nothing to do with terrorism." Fuck America. Fuck you. You're saying
But
nuke me
that's
and my
what you're
innocent
saying
family?
when you're coming over and blowing up our
Yeah.
kids.
Hold on,
and
hold on.
women.
I'm not talking
So-
about those folks. Who
Okay, but I'm
performed
telling
9/11.
you, you're showing me a picture, but what about the picture of the kids from 9/11 that's laying
Yeah.
down there in pieces?
Yes, exactly.
So I
But-
can't feel sorry. I don't feel sorry. I'm sorry. I don't.
So
Because
about
that could've
you don't
been my
feel
kid in the
you don't
9/11
feel
building.
hold on, you don't feel sorry for an innocent person who had their entire family murdered, possibly got murdered themselves when they had nothing to do with terrorism. They possibly even were against terrorism, trying to stop
I mean,
terrorism.
obviously, I feel sorry.
Okay,
for it, but
where
we
is
have to
this
start
done
the
at?
war.
This is done at over there, right?
This was Afghanistan, Libya. These were Afghanistan. I believe this was Libya. This was Libya.
And who killed
Afghanistan.
these people?
Our bombs. This is our bombs. This is our artwork
Well,
right
where's
here.
the picture of our Americans that were in pieces at the
You
bottom
see,
of the 9/11
yes,
building?
you see that all the time, but there's a problem. That's propaganda in one direction. You never see the propaganda showing you what happens when our government decides it wants oil and it goes over to Iraq and says, hey, we need oil,
Well,
guys.
that's whatever
We need
it
oil.
is.
You're supporting the people who want to keep you in a lower paying job at McDonald's instead of giving you a higher wage when it can be done.
We don't
And it's-
support our government, though. I don't support it. I'm military.
Okay, but
I'm
the point is you're
military.
paying taxes into it and you're never going to
This is
educate
my
yourself.
country. Of course I'm paying
Yeah.
tax.
Well, when you're
Hold
going
on.
over there and buying oil.
Yes, okay,
you're-
that's what the Nazi Germans
all that
say.
money's going to terrorism, the
Yeah,
oil
I
you
know.
buy over there.
Right.
Okay, and our
half
government.
half the weapons that these people have is from us.
Yes.
So can you really say? So if we want your oil, you can get mad at us, but you got all of our weapons that you're using against us. So I don't feel sorry.
After we aggravate them into attacking us by murdering their innocent
we
family.
ain't aggravating those people. We aggravated them into 9/11.
That's actually, yes. Did you know about the Darfur Chemical Pharmaceutical Company that got bombed by the Clinton administration? That was one of the cited reasons for the 9/11 attack. The Darfur Pharmaceutical Company was
So
attacked
was
by
it
the.
right for them to come do that? to
No,
us?
no, that's not what
So
I'm saying.
What's the difference? It's gonna
Listen,
happen.
listen.
I mean,
That's not what I'm saying.
that's
My
what
point
I'm
is,
saying.
you don't go over and you don't bomb people's innocent families and give them cause to propagate further terrorist activity. Okay.
Yeah.
When you do this, you're giving people propaganda to hire more terrorists. Okay, at this point it looks legitimate. Okay, before all they had was religion and the Darfur Pharmaceutical Company. Okay, we bombed a pharmaceutical company that we claimed was a bomb making factory. We found out it wasn't a bomb making factory. We said we aren't apologizing for it, and they said, really? Well, people's grandmothers are dying because they can't get medication because you decided, well, I'm one of the few pharmaceutical companies they have. Okay.
Yeah.
So
But
people
they're
die,
shipping all
and
this
then hold on.
medical and
Listen,
stuff over there
this,
anyway.
This is propaganda. This is propaganda for hiring more terrorists, for recruiting terrorism. Okay, so what happens when you go over and you only have, say, 10% of the population hating America, and you do this shit? Suddenly you have 20%, and then you have 30, and then it starts to snowball because you have even more people saying, hey, there can't be this many people this pissed the fuck off seeing this kind of stuff, and they can't be right.
Well, stuff
Okay,
like this
no,
is always going to
no.
happen. If you
Fuck
read your
America.
Bible, wars are supposed to always happen.
Well, and the whole reason, like, they're retaliating on what they did over here.
Yeah.
So of course it's going to happen then. It's
Iraq-
not on purpose. It's
Iraq
not on
was
purpose
not-
like they do. They do everything on purpose. We don't do things on purpose.
We react.
Yeah, we
So
react.
you go.
No,
and,
no.
And we're not even reacting
Iraq,
correctly.
Iraq was not a reaction. Iraq was propagated by our government intentionally. We went out of our way to go into Iraq. Okay, that was not a reaction to 9/11. You know who was responsible for 9/11, if anything? The Saudi government. We should be in Saudi Arabia destroying
Yeah,
the
but
Saudi
our
family.
president's best friends with them. So
You
Yes.
know what the problem is?
The government's all
That's not
backed
just
up.
Obama. That's Bush too. That's all the elites who have money and
I don't vote
power.
for anybody. I'm not a voter.
You know what the
at all.
problem is? We go over there because NATO tells us to try to civilize these countries
We
that
did
have
not-
been fighting for years, and we
NATO
should have just left them
NATO
alone.
told us to stay the fuck out of Iraq. We went into Iraq against
Well, that was
international
Clinton,
law
wasn't
and
it?
against international opinion.
But there was something before
That's
that.
not. I'm not talking Clinton.
That
I'm
was
talking
Bush.
George
That
W.
was
Bush.
Bush.
Oh,
Now,
Bush went in there?
we went into Iraq. I could have swore the
We
first time was with
apologize for
NATO.
Bush.
I could have swore the first time was with NATO approval. The second time, not so much. Okay, so the point is, we went into Iraq, and other countries tried to prosecute Bush for war crimes, which was legal. It was a legal prosecution they were trying to have against Bush, against Dick Cheney. Okay, and they're putting out propaganda saying these people are trying to murder us for our entire way of life. There are plenty of people in Iran saying we don't have an issue with America. We have an issue with America supporting, say, Israel and murdering innocent Palestinians, okay, who aren't all terrorists, okay? They aren't all terrorists. Yes, Hamas can be a problem. But when you do this kind of shit, you're making it a bigger problem. You're just adding fucking gasoline to the fire. Not smart. What you should have done in Iraq, if Iraq was truly responsible for 9/11, what we should have done, and even Afghanistan, we should have gone in and done nothing but build hospitals and pharmaceutical companies, water treatment facilities, and guess what would have happened? We would have done nothing but been constructive. And then what could they have said? They could have said, look at these evil people building farms, building water treatment facility plants, building
Still would
hospitals.
have had the same percentage of people that
Neg-
hate us come
negative.
over and still do shit to us.
Negative, because you know what
How can
happens?
you not say? What just happened in Paris? What'd they do that for?
Paris is not going over and building pharmaceutical
Well, what
companies.
did they-
aren't
what?
going over and doing nothing
So
but
you
building
have the
hospitals.
right to come blow up
No,
because they're not
I'm not
building
saying
shit in
that.
your country?
I'm not saying that
We're
tactically.
We're dropping food and medical supplies
Tacti-
and all
look,
kinds of stuff.
look,
Come on,
tactic-
It's not our job to supply for those countries. Sorry, we're
We shouldn't
American.
have-
If we're going to go over there and perform bombings, okay, what's the smart thing to do tactically? If you go over and you do nothing but bomb, okay, instead of winning the people over, you're going to create more terrorism, not get rid of it. You are going to create it. You're not
No,
going
we
to get
should
rid of
just
it.
do? Dig a big trench and leave them over there, and we stay over here.
Listen, there is a trench. It's called the ocean. Okay. The point is, if we'd gone over and we'd done nothing but build hospitals, what could they have said? They could not have said we
But
were
why
the
do
enemy.
we gotta be the
They-
friendly ones?
But just
They're not
to set an
friendly.
example, are you civilized? Are you a civilized human being?
Not
Do you
when
believe
it
in
comes to
murder?
war, no,
Listen,
I'm not.
do you believe in murdering innocent children?
If it comes to your children or mine, hell yeah, I'm murdering yours.
Okay, so why shouldn't they come over here and murder your children?
If they want to come along, then I'm gonna come back for yours. That's how
Okay,
it should
so
be.
if you had a choice,
That's how it's been through manhood, through all times. Read your Bible.
okay, so
Wars.
if you built a hospital,
Wars.
if I built a hospital for your family, would you want to bomb me if I built a hospital for your
But
family?
she's not probably the one bombing. It's not them
wouldn't.
doing it. It's the other people. But it's ISIS.
I think
it's
we
the other
have,
groups.
we did build
Okay,
stuff
so-
in Iraq.
so-
and
What are
the
we
problem with
supposed to do?
Iraq
Hold
is
on.
they bombed their
Hold
own
on,
self.
hold on. The point is, you didn't get rid of the Taliban, you didn't get rid of Al Qaeda,
972.
okay? You didn't get rid of any terrorist group. You didn't get rid of ISIS. You created ISIS, okay? With your tax money, okay? You did not stop terrorism by bombing and bombing and bombing and bombing. You did not do
We're
anything
even
by being
bombing nobody.
hardcore
we
in
ain't
war.
doing nothing. We are the weakest and not doing nothing. If they'd have did what they should have done, we should have nuked out the whole fucking country, so we wouldn't be sitting here talking about this right now. And I wouldn't care less. That's what happens in wars. There's casualties. Sorry. If something happens and they come over here and whatever, then what can I say? If that's what happens, that's what happens. Like I'm sorry.
I'm
but-
not for war.
So you're going to bomb the entire country.
Yep, if I was president, I sure would.
Okay,
I'd taken
so-
out Iraq,
so-
Iran, and we'd have been done.
So what would you do with the Middle Easterners here at home?
Make it all go back, ship them on boats. See ya.
They
Because
have
if
lots
you
of
don't
land.
like our country, get the hell out of it. That's
Well,
my
they-
No,
opinion.
what I'm saying is, okay, so you support ethnically cleansing our country. Is that what
Yep.
you're saying?
Sure do. If you don't want to be here, get out. That's my thing.
Yeah, if
you
you
want
don't
to be
wanna be here,
peaceful
go,
and be
but
about
if
your
you wanna be
business,
peaceful,
fine.
yeah.
I don't have a problem. I have nothing wrong with race, but I'm tired of the people over here complaining about our country. Why are you
Okay,
here then?
technically,
Get out.
hold on. White supremacists pre-1960s movement said, hey, I don't have a problem with niggers, but get them out of this country because they don't belong here. If they don't like this country, they can go back to Africa. Is that what you're saying?
If they don't like it and they're not going to be peaceful, yes, they can go. I have a black husband, so you ain't talking to me about race. I'm not a racist person.
Oh, hold on.
But if you live here,
There were
and you don't
Nazis
wanna be
who were
peaceful,
perfectly fine with plenty of other races, okay? They got along with the Middle Easterners, actually, okay? And then they started
along with
murdering the
everybody,
Jews.
but-
Hold on. So, just because you have a black husband doesn't mean you can't be racist. Being black doesn't even mean you can't be racist. It doesn't matter
you're
who
right.
you are. You can actually be sexist and be female. You can be bigoted no matter what you are or who you
correct.
are. Okay, so
I'm
is
a
it possible?
Canadian.
Is it possible that you're racist? Is it possible that you're racist and that you're supporting genocide based on people's ethnicity if there are enemies?
No, that's not what I said. You're taking it incorrect.
Negative.
I said
You
if you're
said
over
nuke
here
the entire
causing
country.
issues-
You said nuke the entire country.
No, you're right. For what they did to us,
war.
Yeah, in war. There
I'm not
are
talking.
casualties.
I'm not talking what racists and terrorists did to you or our country.
But
I'm
that's
talking
why
what
we're
innocent
reacting
people.
To it.
I'm
You're saying that we shouldn't react. We should. Oh, they bomb us and
Okay,
kill
so, hold
thousands
on.
of our people. Let's go build
Hold on,
a peaceful
hold on, hold on,
hospital
ma'am,
to-
hold on.
Let's whatever.
Ma'am,
Are they
there were-
rebuilding our towers?
There were Jewish terrorists who attacked the Nazi government. Jewish terrorists did exist and did attack Germans, okay? And they were racist for doing so. But the Germans said the exact same thing you're saying. They're saying the Jewish people, as an entirety, not this small minority
I'm
who
saying
hates
they're all
America
like that,
or
but-
hates the Nazi government, is attacking us. You just said, screw it, casualties in war. And that's what the Nazis were saying. That's exactly what the Nazis are saying. They were saying, hey,
Well, what I have.
Hitler said not all Jews are bad, and he actually helped some Jews get out of the country, but then he tried to kill the rest. Okay?
When we fought
Casualties of war. Was Nazi Germany okay? Was it okay to murder all Jews because of what a few Jews
I
did?
don't know.
And then we rebuild their stuff. Does that make sense?
It's not
You
war.
get in a war, you go over and blow up their stuff, and then you go and rebuild their whole thing. What?
Why'd you even go bomb it?
Why'd you even
Stupid.
do it?
That's what I said. We're not doing it correct.
But that's exactly what they
All
do.
I know about is the
I think
minute-
everybody should mind their own business and help where they can and try to live peacefully. That's about it.
Like they've been fighting over
But
there
I've
for
been in
thousands of
military
years.
too.
Yeah, it's not gonna
But
change.
in order to
No.
do
Go
that,
back to the BCs
you need
and the-
hospitals,
Yeah,
you need
that's
water
true.
treatment facility,
You know,
plants for
you
clean
go back
water.
to all that,
And then
they
maybe
might
they would
do
want to
some.
go back home. Yeah,
And
I
everybody's
get that. I
against
get
it.
that.
Okay, now if we did nothing but build hospitals,
Yeah.
they wouldn't have had this propaganda to recruit new
Yeah, but
terrorists.
who's going to pay for these hospitals?
Yeah.
Okay, we already spent $2 trillion. What would you rather spend $2 trillion on? $2 trillion making sure that we create less casualties, which are going to be used as less propaganda for creating more terrorists and creating ISIS and giving them fuel for recruiting? Or
I would take that and
would you like to create terrorism by bombing
We
people
might as
and
well
giving
just pay
them
for
propaganda?
everything.
Right, why are we paying for everybody's country? That's what I'm trying to say. Stay in your country then. You don't gotta come here.
If
If,
the-
if we're so horrible,
We
don't
fine,
be here.
fine. How
just
how high do you want your
point.
how high do you want your oil prices to be?
I don't give a shit because you know what? The world's coming to an end.
But the whole
Here's what's really about to happen. The only country that's not going to get destroyed because God has His hand on that one is Israel because those are His people. So guess what? It don't matter once America
Hey, did you
turns
know
their back on
something?
Israel.
I think we
it's
should
over
do
for
oil
you.
here.
For us
You
here.
know
too.
something?
We have
Google
oil.
that. Google that. God is a Muslim. Or Jesus. Jesus is a Muslim.
No, we should do.
I Googled it. My wife Googled it, and it says
Oh my
he
gosh,
is.
you can get anything off the internet.
No, but you got to think of it. You got to think of it, okay? All the wise guys. I've seen all the wise men and this and that. Like,